Okay, what are you doing?
I will instantly go to that porter.
Okay.
Or after
He's a young man. He's maybe in his 20s.
After some of this is transpired, once again, go
okay.
to him and be like, son, go find one of the conductors.
Okay, yes sir. He starts trying to push us. He's moving his way forward through the passengers because people are just standing.
Are we one of the back cars or are we like in the middle?
You're right in the middle. There's 2 passenger cars ahead, 2 passenger cars behind. There's a baggage car, or no, dining car in front of that. Baggage car, coal, 3 engines.
Go stand by one of the doors.
Front or back?
I'm unloading 1 shell.
Oh.
Put it in my pocket. Spin it around so that's the first one. If this happens to magically come out of my thing and point at me, the first shot's going to be a click.
Then you want it in the second.
I want it in this chamber before it advances.
Is yours a double? Actually, probably they're all single actions at this point.
They're all single
I'm not sure if there was doubles. So
double actions.
we'll call them all singles. They're cheaper and they're easy to come by.
First chamber round is going to be no rounds at all.
Okay, no, that's smart.
And then I'm holstering it. You might want to think about that if you decide to load that piece.
You're not quite sure what he just did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Like
so you're gonna head to the front or the back of the car? Which one? Either way, you guys are close to the middle.
Go find the conductor.
Yeah, I told the porter.
You heard him. Yeah, tell the porter.
Go find one of the conductors.
And very politely, he told him. We didn't like yell at the kid or slap him like you slapped Lisi.
Bro, would you please go to one of the entrances?
Lisi's one of his mustaches is now kind of like this. From the slap.
As I make my way towards one of the exits or one of the entrances.
Which one?
You know,
front or back?
Just go towards the back.
Okay.
Whichever one he does not go to, I'm going to go towards the other.
As I pass people, I'll say, "You're doing no good screaming and hollering in the aisle. Get back in your berth."
All right. Make me a charisma check.
Back in your seat.
And don't forget the -1 for dealing with civilized people.
No, I could care less.
It's actually a -1 to the number that you need.
It's a -4 to his charisma, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, no.
Okay. People aren't listening to you.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, most people are ignoring you. One gentleman's like, "What gives you the right? You're not a police officer." Blah, 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 blah. He kind of blusters.
Wherever it is.
But you keep walking and going.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no. Ah.
Yeah, that would make it worse.
I know it would, but it just made me
the conductor shows up.
Anybody else got something to say?
The conductor shows up. What's going on? What's the matter now? What, Mr. Lisi? What are you doing? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Conductor, we've had another incident.
Well, I heard the gunshot. I wasn't sure where it came from exactly. I was hoping it was from outside.
I think it might be a wise decision to. Maybe we should try to get some of these folks into other cars if we can.
There's no room to get them into other cars. This train is full to capacity. At least until we get to Grafton, some people are leaving there.
My God, man, something unusual is happening in this car. I want to make sure that all these people are safe.
Everyone needs to calm down. Everything will be fine. The gun was small. My gun is. Guess who that is?
Yeah, Lisi.
Conductor, would you at least take Mr. Lisi to...
Yes, let me take Mr. Lisi. We'll take him to the
dining car.
That's a good idea.
And get him a nice...
Come along, Mr. Lisi. Come on, Mr. Lisi. Eventually, Mr. Lisi goes with him unresistingly.
Actually, as he kind of gets up and walks out, I'm
you slap him again?
No. Actually, just kind of pat him on the back, and he's like, "It'll be all right,
Lisi. Okay.
Yeah, because it'll be all right,
Lisi. Right.
Stiffen up, man.
All right, Lisi.
Yeah,
it'll be all right, Lisi. Oh, racism is rampant in the 1890s. Anyway,
nice cover up.
He doesn't pay you any attention. He just seems to be in an awful shape. Did you take any psychology stuff?
I really probably should have.
You didn't?
I did not.
That's okay. It wasn't really something to study.
I didn't know what kind of doctor I was.
There are ways that you handle crazy people, and that's lock them up. But punish them.
Or
you just like give them
water
alcohol.
treatments, shocks. I don't think shock treatment's real proper.
Or you just give them alcohol and say, "Stiffen up, man."
Think of England.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Every time when I went to the river with my friends, I thought about that, about dehydration. Yeah. So he takes Mr. Lisi away. The passengers.
Bear Grylls or Bear Grill?
Yeah, but I didn't hear what
he's told this story.
Oh. And he was like, "Think of England."
Remember that story?
Now just like back and think of England.
The passengers are starting to calm down. Finally, it's about.
I'll try to do some of the same thing that he was doing. It's like
it's about 20 minutes late. It's about 15
everyone
minutes
calm
later.
Down. We'll figure out what's going on.
It's not really helping. It starts to kind of happen of its own accord.
Good.
You can make me a charisma check, actually.
Right.
To try to help calm other passengers, especially Elise. What'd you roll?
Did you make it?
I don't know.
What'd you roll?
I rolled my charisma.
That's a success. You actually managed to calm some people down, and you're working your way. You said you moved to the front of the car, didn't you? No, you went to the back.
I went to the back.
Okay, so you started moving back towards the back, calming people.
I will go so far as in the process that even we'll go ahead and kind of let it be known. I'm going to say, I'm a doctor. I'm
That's
we
good.
will figure out what is going on.
Okay. Yeah, you're a character of respect.
Relax.
Doctor, hey, I've got this ankle that's been bothering me. Anyway, so you're
No, like hand him the card. If you're ever in Maryland, just walk on.
What are you greeting? Little not greeting cards. What do they call them?
Business card. But
It's not a business
I know,
card
it's
even.
not
It's
exactly,
it's like a visiting card or something like that you would leave for people. Victorian age was so civilized. And
yeah,
awful.
everybody had cards. Actually,
Yeah.
you could be anything. It was like, what are my cards, sir? Yeah.
There's probably something listed in here. Around 11:50, you'd guess. Screams and cries of alarm erupt from the car behind you. In an instant, the reason becomes apparent. The curtains at the rear of the compartment are ripped open with a shower of blue sparks, and you can see the drawing room door behind the curtain banging open and closed, apparently of its own accord. The lower berths buckle with some unseen force and collapse, while the upper berths bounce up and down. It seems to be moving forward. And the curtains around the bunks open and shut frantically, all the while suffused with the same blue glows.
This is in our car, the back of our car?
Yes. You heard the screams first, and then from the back, coming from the car behind you, and then from the back of your car, the stuff started. It starts moving forward very quickly. The force seems to be moving forward through the car, throwing loose objects in the air, smashing personal belongings against the walls and ceilings, all amid the terrified cries of the other passengers, who are just starting to calm down.
Right.
Seconds later, the curtain at the front of the car is torn open as well, and the doors begin to slam in the forward hallway.
So the front of the car and in the back of the car.
It started in the back and it moved forward.
Did it work its way up, or all of a sudden it just changed?
No, it's like worked its way up.
That's what I was, okay.
Soon the screaming begins in the car ahead. The sound mingled with the terrifying sobbing of those around you. And I need each of you to, oh, no, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. What are you guys doing? People are freaked out again. They're not as loud as last time. Women are crying.
I'm starting to get a little freaked out.
A couple of men are crying now. They're just what is it? I'm starting to
get pretty freaked out, too.
The children are crying. That little girl even is crying. The one who seems to have been indifferent to everything that's happened up to this point. And you hear her ask, "Mommy, when is this going to stop? I don't ever want to ride on the train again." You can hear the screams from the car ahead of you, and then the noise stops eventually. It seems to like wane. Right. It doesn't go away, and you can hear noises. You can barely make out noises like shouts of outrage. People, just the panic that has already gone on in this car is starting up in that car now too.
Right.
In front and behind. You guys are still standing in the hallway, still kind of standing at the front and back of the car, aren't you?
Yeah.
Back and front. That's what I thought. Okay.
Well, actually, hell, I probably would have started to move towards whatever it was that before I realized.
It came right. It's coming right at me.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went by you. I don't know if you want to stay there in your post or where do you want to go?
No, I know this is a little bit selfish, but one of the first things I'm going to do is go over to my bunk or
check
my berth and just check.
Okay.
Yeah, just check my bag, I guess, because it probably got knocked into the floor.
It did. It got flown in the air.
Yeah. I mean, it's locked or it's closed and clasped. But I mean, I guess it can still.
Roll me d20. Oh man. Don't roll one.
2.
Oh, I meant to say don't roll high. Damn it! I'm getting that mixed up. Okay. Yeah, there's some damage to the bag. Mainly, it's some of the medicines. Bottles have broken. All your hard stuff, the stethoscope, all that stuff is fine. Actually, one of your scalpels flew out of the bag and is stuck in the wood, not too far away from that little boy with the runny nose.
Holy
and he's
great.
like. Apparently, it came right by his head.
I will fetch that.
Okay.
Thank you for holding that for me, lad.
I'm gonna go get my coat.
Okay, you what?
That's the only thing that's over there.
Yeah, okay. You get your coat.
This was a gift.
The sobs. Oh, the gift. The bag was.
Yeah, now there's like medicines all soaked into it. And
it'll take some time to clean up. The sobs and moans of the passengers desist, and you realize the screams from the rest of the train have stopped. You could almost feel the air move as the passengers finally dare to breathe again. Then, an inhuman shriek of metal pierces your ears. The train lurches forward, sending passengers sprawling in the aisles, and the steady rhythm of the wheels increases in tempo. The steam whistle bellows forth a sustained note of terror as the train reaches speeds, which do not seem possible. That little clickety-clickety-clickety is going to clickety-clickety-clickety. Passengers cry out in panic. Their gasps swallowing this. Their gasps swallowed the steel of. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Passengers cry out in panic. Their gasps swallowed the steel of meadow.
Swallowed by the
I think it's by the
squeal
squeal of metal, a horrific wrenching noise, and a low rumbling that seems to go on and on. The train lurches suddenly, heaving passengers from their seats and the aisle. You are thrown forward, unable to steer yourself against the imminent catastrophe. You guys are both standing. I'll need dex checks for when it first jerked.
I just rolled.
Did you?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Hey!
The
I made
dex
it.
check is at -4.
I made it.
Did you?
Still made it. I rolled 14.
Yes, you both made it.
That was for the first time, but now
You
do
do
we
remain
roll for now?
standing.
Grab
let's
hold of
see.
something, too.
I guess.
Didn't run up to the engine.
Andy, I've got to confess, I probably dropped this gun a long time ago.
Yeah, okay. You probably
Sorry.
did.
I mean,
With all the crap that's
It's not
going
my
on.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the train spotter's
Yeah.
gun. So so there was that. Yeah, the first lurch, and you guys both grabbed on, and then the train lurched and it heaved people from the seats. You were thrown forward, and everything goes black. It was a good game, guys.
Everything goes black.
No, just kidding. Yes, it is strangely quiet. In fact, it takes a moment for you to realize you're still alive. Others around you are beginning to move amidst the wreckage of the train, and you realize you're not even badly hurt. You were lucky. Even you, Erik. Everything seems shrouded in eerie silence. The movements of the others seem soundless. Even the flames engulfing the engine seem to burn in silence, casting an ominous glow on the thick clouds overhead. You realize you're seeing the sky. Then one sound does reach your ears, reassuring you that you still have hearing. The howling of wolves at a great distance, almost like a heavenly choir. Outside the wreckage of the train, the snow-cloaked mountains rise up, oblivious to your plight. The snow is falling hard, but towards the north you can barely make out a few lights glinting off snow on the mountainside, offering a hinted promise of warmth and comfort. Yeah, the train's off the tracks. It looks like there was a pretty bad smash-up. Probably the speed was too great for some curve.
Indeed.
The groans of the injured start to rise up around you.
Wow.
Other people are starting to climb out of
Your
the
back,
wreckage.
Doc.
Your car kind of
Yeah.
tipped on the side and split on the top, on the far side. So you guys were thrown to the bottom, and whatever, and that's why you're okay. You're on like 20 bodies. No, there's
Sorry, man.
well, you didn't. Nobody landed. Nothing heavy landed on you. Nobody landed on you, and you actually were both kind of cushioned by the berths that had been broken, and so ended up laying down. So when the train went over this way, you had something to land on besides glass.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
But it did knock you out for at least a few seconds. You're not sure at the time, but it's dark. Snow is pouring in from this. When it hit, like I said, here's the train car. Sorry, this is the train car. When it hit, it rolled, and then this side like split open. You know what I mean? So you've got ceiling on one side, floor on the other, and there's a big rent up the top. There's glass everywhere.
Where's my coat? Did I happen to get a hold of it before the train wreck?
There's no luck check. Give me dex. Do me a dex roll. Dex or less.
No! Dang it!
It's there somewhere. It's under all those other
Start
things.
looking for my coat.
Yeah. I think my arm's broken.
Get off my
Where's
coat.
Am I near him?
You do me a dex times 5, or a dex check 2, please.
Okay.
Next time's 5.
You guys are at opposite ends of the train,
Yeah, we
and
were.
both of you managed to stay on your feet.
I rolled under my deck. I rolled 13.
You were on your
I have
dex?
a 14.
Good. You're amazed to find your doctor's bag is still in your hand. That was the last thing you remember. You were looking at the bag, you just snapped it shut, and all of a sudden, and it's still clutched in your right hand.
At least the handle is.
No,
No,
the whole thing.
That's a, this was a gift.
It was a gift. Give me those freaking needles back, kid. They better not be broken. Anyway,
Then that's what I'm doing, Andy. As I'm getting up, it just kind of
and
initial
you don't know how much time
reaction.
has passed since the
I'm going.
Yeah, my initial reaction is, oh, there's snow coming in. It's cold. Where's my coat? And then it's like,
Oh,
Doc,
crap, this is bad.
Doc.
Yeah, and you guys can both see through the busted up. I mean, the thing cracked open like an egg, and you can see that the train is just a wreck, and there's a lot of flames down there. And you hear him calling, Doc, Doc. Yeah, you two are the only people that you really know on this train.
I'm going to start to deal with whoever's like right around me, and I'll just, if I hear him, I'll just shout out, "I'm over here!"
That doesn't help me.
Doesn't
I'll
help.
start trying to move that way
Okay, yeah.
through the darkness. And
There's a lot of snow coming down too. I mean, it's just coming down hard.
let me know how dark is it in this?
Dark. You got the light of the burning wreckage. The gas chandelier had already been turned down, and it's out. Actually, you can't even see where it was. It looks like it ripped free of the top of the train and went flying somewhere.
I'm gonna pull out
you
my.
don't smell gas though, so you consider yourself lucky.
I'm pulling out my silver matchbox.
Okay, you're lighting a match. Oh, I can use this too.
Just so I can see for.
Oh, we allowed to have any of the custards?
Yes, absolutely.
Except for mine.
As long as you pay you're allowed to have the custard tax, which is an English tax.
Which would be what?
There you go. How's this? I mean, that's the kind of snow you got coming. It's blowing. This is going to stop every few seconds, so just try to ignore that.
Light a match. Look around.
Yeah, it goes out almost immediately. Within the wind.
that wind.
Yeah,
Okay.
you light your second one, you try to shelter it.
Cup it a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe.
and it lasts a little bit longer. I mean, these are wooden matches, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you're looking around. There are people getting up.
As opposed to metal.
Miraculously, it doesn't look like a lot of people were hurt. Like yourselves, they must have been sheltered in the crash, or maybe the train hitting these. There's a lot of snow out here. You're talking 2 to 3 foot drifts, and that probably kept it from being. If it had just hit the ground, it probably would have smashed to pieces and
I
everything.
should have played the Alaskan guy.
I was like, and which survival are you using?
Desert, hot desert badlands.
Yeah.
Wait, it's Christmas time.
People are gathering themselves together, trying to figure out what's going on. In your car, it looks like one person was killed. Neck snapped, probably when he landed wrong. He's definitely dead. Doc, you check your watch. It's midnight, so it's only been a few minutes since everything happened.
Well, we'll just start trying to organize people as best we
Okay.
can. Look, get up, get your clothes on. It's cold outside. Get some shoes on your feet.
Okay.
You know, if you got boots, put your boots on. If you got
Okay.
a coat, put your coat on. Get a blanket if you don't.
People
Just
start
telling
taking
people
orders.
stuff like that.
They start helping each other.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find coats, blankets, anything
Okay.
we can to get around people, especially children.
Okay.
Every time I find somebody who's hurt in any way, I'll call out for him.
Okay. People have bruises and bumps. One gentleman thinks he has a broken arm. But aside from the one dead guy, that's all you're finding. Other people from other cars are starting to kind of head towards this middle car. After just is there a time? No. After just a very short time, the consensus is that there are 7 dead.
From the whole train?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no. 7 dead passengers. 2 dead porters. There's probably another 10. There's probably 8 or so porters that are alive. The engineers, firemen, conductor, Lisi, they're all dead. When you go up to look in the dining car, it is crazy. Lisi, you find Lisi's body, and your guess is he probably died before the crash. No. Well, probably didn't kill him, but he's got cuts all over him. And you find the broken crockery in there is everywhere. It's not just like scattered like it would be in a place and went. It's like it is everywhere, shattered to smithereens in the dining car. Like something bad happened in the dining car before the crash. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes. Like it exploded, all the pieces exploded at once, just
It
sent
looks
travel
like,
everywhere.
Yeah, and you don't know if that's how he died or not, but he's pretty torn up. While you're getting people
Two
together,
donuts
and Steve,
steak.
I'm assuming that you've taken kind of decisive action because you said you were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to help people out.
As you look again towards the lights of the distant hillside, you realize with a start that one of them seems to be moving. A large shape plows through the snow, and you see that the moving light is part of this shadow. Your blood begins to pound in your ears as fear runs up your spine. You hear a jingling noise and the gentle crack of a
Santa
whip.
Claus.
And you begin, it's only the 23rd, and you begin to make out the shape of 2 horses pulling a sleigh. Walking behind the sleigh and its driver are a number of other shapes.
Here comes help, everybody. We'll be all right. Let's be
This
county. What are we in, West Virginia still?
No, we shouldn't be. We should be further.
The last stop was
Grafton.
Little Town. No.
No, we were headed
The
to
last
Grafton.
stop was what was it?
Last stop
Was at 10 o'clock, 9:50, and that was at Kaiser, West Virginia.
Oh, where were we headed out of West Virginia then?
You don't know if that was heading in or out of West Virginia. You just know that was the stop that was announced. And they took
Honestly,
on some
we've gotten a little ways past that. We probably should at least be in Kentucky or something.
But remember, you're heading up to Cincinnati.
But
so
we're in the
you're
mountains.
Turning northwest. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're in the mountains, all right.
Well, Appalachians.
Yeah.
Is anybody out there? That's the sleigh. It's kind of slowing down.
We're here!
Here they are, man. Come on, come on. About half a dozen men, dressed up, covered up. Hey, here's a picture. Kind of, dressed up, scarves,
Put up against the
hats,
snow.
really trying to protect themselves. They start distributing blankets.
I'm trying to help people. Like,
Yeah, they're starting to distribute
Get you a
blankets.
blanket, Doc, or a coat.
I don't know if I can find my coat.
My God, just like this, just like last year.
West Virginia would be my bet. Maybe Kentucky.
We can lead y'all back to Falls Run. That's the nearest place. That's just one of the men. It's hard to tell their features in the dark, and then they're all just covered
Snow
up.
blowing everything, that
there's
wind,
snow
everyone's
blowing.
huddled up.
You've lost your hat. Oh no.
Oh, no, Indiana Jones never loses his hat, Andy.
Well, you better make me a dex roll, and we'll see if you can find it.
Yeah,
Did
no, I
you-
did not lose my hat.
Okay, you didn't lose your hat. You're not Indiana Jones. You're Robert Roberts.
I know.
Or no, wait.
Robert Blair.
Okay.
That's Robert Blair right there.
Oh, neat.
He looks a little bit like
Sean Penn.
no
Ooh, there he is.
country music
Sean
singer.
Penn.
Oh God! Don't.
What's his
I
name?
don't know.
Who?
I'm scared to find out.
Who are you talking
Kenny,
about? Willis?
not Kenny Loggins.
Toby Keith.
No, he was in a. You got to know when to hold him.
Oh, Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. He looks a lot like Kenny
Like a
Rogers.
young Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, like a young
Oh,
Kenny
my.
Rogers.
Oh my.
He says Falls Run is less. It's not far. It's about a mile.
All right.
Where did you men come from?
From Falls Run.
Oh, I misunderstood. That's what they were saying. Okay.
Sorry, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You never heard this kind of accent before in your life, probably. The army survivors trudges through the snow along the railroad tracks for perhaps a mile.
I'm just saying we have a lot of injured men, or a lot of injured men and women. We have children too.
We'll help everybody the best we can. Your feet are so cold and your eyelashes so caked with ice that you've lost track of distance and time. Soon the white monotony of the snow is broken by hulking shadows, which you dimly recognize as houses. The men lead you toward a pair of open doors from which light and warmth spill out. A sign above the doors reads, Mount of Olives Baptist Church. And you probably should figure out what your religion is, just for kicks and giggles. Shits and giggles. A crew of women has already prepared some huge pots of steaming soup.
How they know?
Well, it's probably been over half an hour. It's probably been almost an hour since the crash by this time.
Women and children should have been riding in the sledges or sleighs if they had.
Well, they only had one sleigh. And they got a few people that were really badly hurt in
Yeah.
there. Folks are moving about, bringing extra blankets and cots and setting them up around the fellowship hall. A festive atmosphere pervades the room. The warmth of the church is a welcome respite from an otherwise harrowing experience. It's not long before someone mentions how odd it is that the train crashed in exactly the same spot 1 year earlier. You've got about several women of the town, obviously. They're trying to help everybody they can. They've got some soup cooking. It's just a big pot of soup. It looks like probably people just brought stuff, threw it in, got it on some heat as quick as they could in the church room and started cooking it up just so people can get something hot in them. People are pretty much checking on other people, seeing how they are. They're
If I am able, I'm trying to do that, just that very thing, Andy. I'm trying to go around to as many people as I can.
okay.
And anyway, and check on them.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
By the way,
it's
the camera just did something funny. I was kind of like a bounce, like the image kind of flickered or something.
it does that because my computer really isn't
Oh,
built
okay.
for it. I can turn this off, and then you can hear the wind blowing outside.
Cream soda, pizza, and 2 donuts. Oh my lord.
So
Game night, baby.
So good. How many pieces of pizza?
Game night.
Yeah.
2?
Yeah. Only 2.
I only had 1.
3.
I was trying to be better. I probably had another one here shortly. People are, you okay? Okay. And, find out you're okay, move on. One gentleman, some of the ladies are the same way. People are checking on each other. And like I said, it's almost a festive atmosphere, considering the fact that you've just been in train wreck. Just the kind of camaraderie, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And people are trying to be helpful. They're trying to make sure people are getting something hot in them. Nobody's offering any kind of alcohol or anything like that. Not surprisingly in a Baptist church. But otherwise, people are setting up cots, blankets for people to sleep on, that kind of thing. Just any kind of space they can make in here for people.
Well, one thing I do want to do is go find a couple of people that were in different cars and ask them what was going on, what all the screaming about, what was happening in their car before we crashed.
The thing that happened that one gentleman tells you is that there were these blue sparks and stuff just started flying all over the place. There was, oh damn it! I hope it didn't happen in the baggage car because I had my violin there. But things were flying and it was madness. It was just madness. I mean, we heard some shooting from one of the cars up ahead earlier and some yelling and screaming up there, but the porters were telling us it was nothing to worry about and that we'd be stopping and grafting, but that that something was happening. They wouldn't tell us anything else. And he kind of goes on in that vein, but from the sound of it, it was just like what happened in your car. It started from the back of the car, worked its way forward, and just craziness and impossible. It was like somebody had opened up doors and wind was blowing through everywhere, but the doors at either end were closed.
You can get yourself something to eat. Stay warm.
Okay, thanks. He wanders off. Because like I said, you got 120 people crammed in this. It's a big church. And it's probably used like as a meeting hall too and that kind of thing.
I'm just going to go find a corner to kind of sit down in and just kind of...
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell just happened?
And you can... They're trying to get people settled in, get them something hot in them, and then help them find some place to sleep and rest. And a few people have needed some medical help. There's another physician who's also in there. Well, actually, no, they didn't send for him. They have you, so they're not worried about it. They just let you handle it.
Well, you may need to send for him yet. I'm afraid I've lost most of any of the medicines from my bag.
Mainly what you're doing is splinting and then cuts and abrasions.
And that's the thing I was going to tell him.
If people weren't killed, they weren't hurt very bad.
That's what I was going to tell him. I was going to tell one of the women from the church, be like, I could really use, we need hot water.
We can boil up some water, you said.
Cotton cloth.
We got some sheets, some extra sheets we can cut up.
And any kind of straight supports, like pieces of wood that we could use for splinting.
So, all right, Bobby, he needs some boards for splints. You and TJ, you go out there and you find something he can use. Yes, ma'am, we do that. And then they're off, and they come back later and they've got some sticks.
Yeah.
And then they've also got some like one by two. Looks like it's just old boards from somewhere.
That's fine. I'll ask one of these.
Other people, go ahead.
As well.
Yes, what? What'd you say? Where are we? Oh, you're gonna ask that same lady that you were kind of telling things to do, because you can. She says, "Well, this is Falls Run, West Virginia, sir. We're a mining community. We're small, but we're proud."
About how far away are you from Kaiser?
Kaiser? Well, Kaiser's pretty far. We're close to Grafton. You know where Grafton is?
No, man.
No idea. Okay. It's on the line. It's one of the stops. It's a bigger town. That's where I do my shopping. Except for the farmers market, when they have farmers market here. They sometimes have farmers market here.
Well, thank you, man.
Well, you're welcome.